Welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about skills and endorsements as well as recommendations. Recommendations and endorsements are an important part of social proof. You can actually add up to 50 skills to your profile. Now, you don't need to add that many. You could go, 10 to 25 skills is fine. You want to include your list of keywords. So all of your primary keywords, all of your secondary keywords, and any other skills that you want to highlight that you can add to your skills section. Again, have at least 10. You can go up to 25 or 50 if you'd like. And the key is actually having people actually endorse these skills, because the endorsements of these skills actually add to the social proof, showing those little pictures to the right of it. Now, in addition to the social proof, this actually does help with LinkedIn optimization. It is shown that specific keywords, if you've been given a lot of endorsements for it, it does increase where you show up in the search results. So in addition to having those keywords in there for the search, having more endorsements in it actually increase it further. Now, recommendations are a much more powerful form of social proof, as people actually have to take the time to write one for you. You want to shoot to get about 5 to 10 recommendations from credible people that can truly vouch for you on your profile. Okay, so having some recommendations, one of the things that I do is a lot of times people will send me an email or they'll send me a LinkedIn message and they'll rave about something, like about my book or about a course that I've done or about a webinar I did or a speaking event that I was at, and they'll just kind of like write a testimonial in this email saying, oh my gosh, Melanie, that was so wonderful. I followed your advice and this is what happened and it was so fantastic. And I'm like, wow, that would make a great LinkedIn recommendation. Would you mind giving me that as a recommendation? And 99.9% of the time, they always say yes. So look for opportunities when you can ask for them, even when you're not even thinking about asking for them, because somebody else has initiated that. Now, when requesting recommendations, do not ever, 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 ever use the default message. You know already that I'm so big on anything to do with LinkedIn etiquette. Always make sure that you're personalizing the recommendation request as well. You want to customize both the subject line and the message. Now, the key to getting recommendations is to make it easy for people to give them to you. One of the great things to do is provide a recommendation sample, something that you've written up that's a sample that they could say, because this will help them know what to write. Because a lot of times you'll ask people to provide a recommendation for you, but they're really busy and they don't have the time to think about it, or they're just terrible writers, or they're just stumped and they don't know what to write. So this can make the difference of making it really easy for them so that they actually use your sample as a foundation. They make it their own, they edit it. But I want to caution you, sometimes they'll actually use it verbatim. So you want to make sure that you don't provide the same sample to everyone, because you can literally end up with 2, 3, 5 recommendations on your profile that are exactly the same. One of the things that you want to do when you're starting off sending the recommendation, though, is tell people why you want a recommendation. You always need to give people a why. So for example, it could be as simple as, hey, I'm taking this LinkedIn training, and one of the suggestions that was made in it was to get some recommendations for my profile. I was hoping that you could help me out. It could be as simple as that. And then you go on to say, hey, to make this really super easy for you, I've gone ahead and provided a sample recommendation. Please feel free to, write something totally of your own, or, tweak that to make that your own, whatever works for you. You can also offer to reciprocate if you know the person and their work, but never endorse or recommend people that you don't know or know their work. Again, a lot of people will recommend me that I don't know, and so I don't feel right reciprocating, because I can't promote, I can't basically vouch for their business and their work when I don't know it, I haven't experienced it. But they've experienced it from me in either a speaking event or an online course or a webinar or my book or something like that. So be very careful, make sure that you're only reciprocating when it is appropriate. And make sure, of course, that you have a complete profile that looks really great before you actually take this step to go out and start asking for recommendations. So when people are clicking on your profile, that it actually stands out and looks great. And then one of the things that's important to know is in order to get more recommendations, more endorsements. And remember, those endorsements are just those little one-click wonders, basically, that you can go to anybody's profile and click. They don't mean a lot, but they do have that element of social proof with the pictures, and they do help with search optimization. So, it's beneficial for you to do that. So you could endorse other people for the skills that they have listed on their profile, and they get a notification of that. When they get a notification of that, it may have them wanting to reciprocate and do the same for you. Now, when somebody sends you a LinkedIn recommendation, LinkedIn actually tries to initiate that reciprocation. So, and as soon as you accept that onto your profile, it'll say, hey, by the way, Melanie, would you like to recommend this person now? And it takes you through the sequence. So by you giving some recommendations to people that you can truly vouch for, it may also encourage them to give some to you. So again, remember the whole, givers get. This is really, really so relevant in anything to do with social media. On Twitter, it's, you tweet somebody and they'll retweet you and so forth. And, it's the same thing here with LinkedIn and endorsements and recommendations. So go give some on a regular basis and ask for some on a regular basis from the people that you truly know that will vouch for your services. All right. See you in the next video.